Hey y'all, and thanks for joining me for yet another video. In this presentation, we're going to take a look at how to make tabbouleh. Now, tabbouleh is a Lebanese salad. It's made up primarily of parsley, mint, green onions, and seasoned to perfection, of course. So we're going to get into this recipe right about now, and I'll show you how easy this is to prepare. So hey guys, so for this recipe I am going to be making one of my yet another favorite salad. It's called tabbouleh. Usually it's served inside of it's usually found in Lebanese shops and where they make Lebanese salad. It's one of my favorite salads. For this recipe I'm going to show you the ingredients you're going to need. For it, the main ingredient is parsley. So here I have some flat leaf parsley, a nice big bundle of it. Next ingredient would be 2 nice big strands of green onions, nice and big ones. They're going to be finely chopped, that as well as the parsley. And I went out to my garden and I picked some mint. I have 4 strands. I'm just going to be using the leaves off of the mint, so I won't actually be using the stem. I also have 1 large tomato, which equals to about a cup of minced tomato that I already minced. Other ingredients include 1 lemon, 1 lime, black pepper, salt, olive oil, green seasoning, minced garlic and ginger, and a bit of chicken-based seasoning. Another great important ingredient is bulgur or burjal. I use 1 cup of this. Now this burjal, it comes in number 1, 2, and 3. 1 being the finest, 2 is medium, and 3 is pretty coarse. I use this texture of bulgur. It's number 2. It's not very thick or thin. It's fine. So how you prepare bulgur is you put on, like I said, I used 1 cup. I use a 1 cup measurement. I placed it in a bowl, and then I added 2 cups of hot water on top with a half a teaspoon of salt, and I allowed it to. So in here is what it looks like when it's cooked. This is uncooked and this is cooked. It kind of resembles couscous when it's cooked. So as you can see here, it's a nice little grainy substance and stuff. It has a bit of salt in it at the moment because I did put that as seasoning. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put this in a strainer, and I'm going to just drain off the excess water because I'm still going to be adding liquids to this like lime and lemon. So I'm going to take the excess water off. In an empty bowl, we're going to add our bulgur that we strained off. I actually hand squeezed to press out the excess water. So I'm just going to be adding it into my bowl. To that, I'm gonna start seasoning it by adding my first set of ingredients. Half a teaspoon of minced garlic, half a teaspoon of minced ginger, 1 tablespoon of chicken-based seasoning, half a teaspoon of green seasoning, 1 teaspoon of salt, well, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And we're gonna mix this in. Yeah, so before we actually mix it in, we're going to be putting in our lime and lemon. So 1 lemon and 1 lime. So after I added the lime and the lemons, which was the last 2 ingredients, I'm going to give this a nice mix to incorporate this flavor into this bulgur, burjal, however you like to call it. Once I mix in this flavor into here, the next thing I do is I go ahead and I start cutting up my greens. So I'm going to be cutting these up, and then I'm going to be adding this to it and the tomatoes. So I have a large white mound bowl here, and I have the parsley that you saw earlier. It's chopped. I measured it in a measuring cup. It turned out to be 5 cups of parsley. So what we're going to do is we're going to be adding this parsley to this large bowl. That's the first thing we're going to do. After we add our parsley, we're going to be adding our green onions, and then we're going to be adding our chopped mint. The half a cup of green onions chopped. So you're just going to sprinkle that over top. And then I have a half a cup of chopped mint as well. So we're going to sprinkle that over top. After that, we're going to be adding in our tomatoes. And then the last thing we're gonna add in is our seasoned bulgur. So after adding all the ingredients into this bowl, we're gonna start mixing it in from the bottom up. And making sure I use a fork just because the fork goes through nicely. Better than a spoon. A spoon kind of spreads it around, like masks it. I like the fork because the fork actually distributes, like you can see here, it's gonna just distribute this nicely throughout my salad. So I'm gonna toss this all the way and I'll show you what it should look like when it's all done. It's ready to be served. You can eat it on its own as a nice wholesome lunch. Because of the bulgur in there, it's made it a high protein, plus with the parsley as well. Very high protein and nutritious. So this is a great alternative for a lunch. You could also cook some chicken breast alongside this if you want to raise the level on the protein. But this here, my friend, is ready to be served. So this tabbouleh has been transferred into a container where it will be served from. And it's ready to go. There's no set of moisture at the bottom of the bowl at this time, like there's no juice, which is good. It will make its own juice. I would encourage you to throw some of it. You could throw it back on there, mix it, and then just lightly squeeze off the juice until you're done with the salad. But yeah, this is a tabbouleh salad.